Hey there, how are you doing? I'm Yonoya and this is where I start rambling. So since this is my first YouTube video, I guess I should introduce myself. As written in the channel description, I'm a mostly self-taught artist and a writer passionate about creating stories, characters, and story worlds. It's probably an addiction actually, but I'm trying to sound romantic. Even though I'm currently working on the script of a massive graphic novel, I have written drafts and worked on the designs of multiple other stories that I plan to complete and release in different formats. Also, just wanted to let you know that if my accent sounds strange to you, it's probably because I'm Italian. What do I plan to do on this channel? Well, praying to the algorithm gods that it goes well, a lot of things. I do have many interests, and so there are many things I'd like to talk about. But I guess we could say that this channel will mainly be about art, animations, commentaries, reviews, and even gameplays. I would love to be able to support other artists, creators, and developers, so why not? But I'm getting ahead of myself, and bear with me, I tend to do that a lot. Today, we're gonna do a digital sketchbook tour of all the drawings I made since October 2023, and hopefully they get increasingly better and not the opposite. Since I have improved at least a little bit since I made the first of these drawings, some of them are already starting to look dated and ugly to me, so better do it now and showcase my progress before I change my mind. I'm gonna start with all the drawings that are not related to my OCs, which are all part of a current side project of mine called Quinta Essentia, and then I'll go with those. So, grab some snacks, get yourself comfortable, pick up your pen if you're listening to this while drawing, and let's get into it. Now, why don't we begin with the most beautiful masterpiece that has ever been created? Me. Never mind, I actually think this is starting to age a little, but my natural, totally not unrealistic sharp teeth still hold their charm, wouldn't you say? Let's move on to the second piece. A fan art of Yuma Cocohead from Master Detective Archives Raincode. Have you guys ever played this game? If not, I definitely recommend it, but if you did, tell me what you thought of it in the comments. Now, something you gotta know about me is that I love video games, and yeah, I guess I could consider myself an unprofessional game collector, even though I can't afford to be. But most of all, I love murder mysteries. So this type of game is literally perfect for me, and I think it's a pretty valid title, but Chapter 2 almost made me quit the game. Before I say anything else, I just want to state that I'm not gonna do spoilers in case you want to be traumatized by playing the game for yourself, but if you know, you know. Besides, this is simply my personal opinion, so I'm happy if you enjoy the aspects of the game that I personally would have changed. First of all, maybe you already know this, but the game was created by several members who worked on the Danganronpa series, and it was first released for the Nintendo Switch on June 30, 2023. Thank you, Wikipedia. So of course, I'll admit that I had some expectations, and my judgment may be a little influenced by the quality of the first games. I mean, after having played through the entirety of the Danganronpa trilogy, which I really enjoyed, even though I know that maybe it isn't right to compare the two games. Story-wise, I really liked Raincode, even compared to the trilogy, which I prefer, simply because of the class trials. You see, I just think that the class trials are a lot more interesting and fun compared to the mechanics of the Mystery Labyrinth. For your information, gameplays in Raincode are alternated between Kanai World in the real world and the Mystery Labyrinth, a dungeon formed from the mysteries surrounding a case. But these labyrinths, I don't think they're very good. First of all, most of the time they feel more like walking simulators where sometimes you have to fight against these enemies called phantoms. The problem with the phantoms, I believe, is that they are not actual characters. They are the personification of the mysteries, or the materialized will of the persons trying to hide the truth, and they do not act like characters at all. In fact, they only have the appearance of the characters involved in the current case. I just think it would have been better to have the actual characters in the labyrinth talking to Yuma about their involvement. It would let us get to know them better and feel their fear of getting executed like in the Danganronpa series. This is why I said that I prefer the class trials over the mystery labyrinths, simply because we get to interact with the characters related to the murders and we get to know them better. But of course, this is just my personal opinion, as I've said before. The murder of the second chapter, though, is the actual problem for me. Again, not gonna do spoilers, but what in the actual frick is wrong with Kurumi here? While Yuma is definitely one of my favorite characters because of his development, I don't actually dislike Kurumi's character. But I will say that many seem to have complained about her personality, claiming that she isn't very well written, and well, I can see where they're coming from. But anyway, let's move on before this turns into a raincoat review, shall we? So basically, since I love the psychopop aesthetic with neon colors of this game, I tried to transfer it in my fan art of Yuma with this pinkish lighting. Unfortunately, the streams of blood on the right are a bit bent, and of course, I only noticed this after I posted this on social media. It's every artist's curse, right? Noticing the mistakes after it's too late to do anything about it. I swear this looked straight before I posted it. Oh, whatever. Next one is Yumi Hellsmile. Yep, another raincoat fan art, you guessed it. As you can see here, I made Yumi as friendly and approachable as he is in the game. In fact, he is totally not reaching out to stuff you into a high-performance press and turn you into a cube. If you know, you know. I also made a few other versions of this with different backgrounds. I just couldn't pick one. Like this one with totally not blood. By the way, I think it's also really cool that they gave us a plot-related reason why the blood is pink in Raincoat's universe. I don't know if we should be worried about Danganronpa's characters too at this point. The third piece I have for you is my last fan art, this time of Fushiguro Toji from Jujutsu Kaisen 2. I don't even think he smokes, but whatever, right? I don't really know why I made this, cause I usually don't draw many anime fan arts or fan arts in general for the matter. It definitely isn't one of my best works, and just like many of these drawings, I feel like it's already starting to age, but still I think it came out decently. Now I'm gonna move on to the Draw This in Your Style entries I made a few months back. This is my entry for Unstable Lemon's Draw This in Your Style on Instagram. Here you can see their original artwork of their OC, Bagel. For some reason I ended up drawing her gender bent, but I feel like in both versions she's still rocking her outfit. I also drew her Kibi versions because... yes. By the way, Unstable Lemon makes truly wonderful artworks on Instagram, and I definitely recommend you check out their account. Here's another entry for a Draw This in Your Style on Instagram. This time it was hosted by Yojo Art, and you can also see their original artwork as well, which I love, of course. In my interpretation of the characters, I just decided to try to draw a humanized version of the fire guy. Check out Yojo Art's account as well, by the way, there's amazing art there too, and both artists deserve more support. This one is my entry for an Instagram art collab called Astro Collab. We were basically supposed to turn astronomical objects into characters, and so I decided to make Scary Barbie. For anyone confused, Scary Barbie is the name that was given to a supermassive black hole that's eating a star, recently detected by scientists. But isn't it also a perfect setup for an enemies to lovers trope? Now, how about a question before I keep going? Have you ever wondered what art block would have looked like if it was a person? Have you ever thought it might have been a deranged policeman going around stabbing artists for fun? Really? What's wrong with you? Just kidding, I actually drew this. Mr. Art Block is a pretty old and some say attractive OC of mine. I created him during art block, and somehow revealing his human identity helped me to overcome his murdering tendencies and revive my art. So here you can actually see him being miserable because artists are getting inspired despite his hard work, and here you can also see him enjoy the view of artists struggling to draw without reference. Also, I actually published a short animation of Mr. Art Blocking Me on this channel, so check that out after this video if you want to. So, now you know what he looks like. Hope you live to tell the tale. Well, we are now officially done with the first part of the video, so let's move on to my OC art. As said previously, for now, I'll only show OC art related to a side project of mine called Quintessentia, since I plan to post more animatics and animation memes about these characters, and I don't know if this will ever become a serious project or not. I will leave most of the plot to speculation, but still, let me read you a very brief preview of the lore. The story takes place in a dystopian world where reality is bending. After the death of God, planet Earth has slowly warped into a liminal labyrinth because of the corruption, a devastating phenomena said to be caused by oblivion, the energy that gives demons their powers. We follow the eerie adventures of a group of young human soldiers living in the complex, an alliance of 5 villages managed by powerful angels whom appear to be their only protectors. But something's amiss. Are demons truly the cause of the corruption? What are the angels really doing here? What's hiding in the depths of this corrupted world? And just what is the truth about the blessing of the quintessence? How was my narrator voice? So, I'm gonna start with the character sheets, where I experimented with the character designs. Every character sheet also has a spoiler-free description of their personalities, abilities, origins, and such things, but I'm simply gonna show them to you, so if you care to read those, you can simply pause the video. The first one I'm gonna show you is Reliquia Holyfield. I just started with the idea of the face here. I wanted to make her as creepy as possible, but still weirdly friendly. So I gave her these deep, soulless black eyes that are constantly wide open. And I also gave her an axe, which she always carries around like a teddy bear, because I feel like it's a perfect weapon for her ability. Cannibal puppeteer. What kind of name did I give it? It's perfect. It's absolutely perfect. Next one is Morgan Cross, another human character with existential crisis. Again, I started drawing Morgan from the eyes. I know that technically it would be better to start sketching a character through shapes and volumes, but I have the tendency to start with the head. Anyone else does this? This here is Agengrau, and he's a 250 years old angel. He may actually be older, but refuses to disclose his actual age to me. I'm actually really happy with how his design turned out. I wanted to use only these 3 colors, white and golden to give him sort of a holy look, and red, just for his eyes, to give some elusive contrast. Here you can see him plotting to destroy your bloodline, and here he remembers that he has to look innocent. In the character description, I try to write a little bit about his personality. He always acts kind and compassionate towards others, but in actuality what the f- Agengra, will you please stop trying to manipulate our viewers? Thank you. Now, as I was saying about Agengra, next one is Roscoe Sender or Father Roscoe. I just thought of giving him a desaturated color palette that would reflect his personality. As you can see, he's pretty serious about my chair. Shut up. Okay. As you can see, he's pretty serious about his role as a priest in the Church of the Complex. Next one is Nero Faramond, and she will fight you to prove that she's better than you. At this point, you're also probably wondering what the strange writings under the characters' names mean. I'm referring to words such as ether, corpus, fides, morbus, and aqua here. They are all terms related to the type of powers that humans, angels, and demons can possess in this universe. As the name suggests, aqua types, for example, possess water-related powers, and in Nero's case, it lets her turn her whole body into water. Also, aquas tend to have unnatural skin colors, as you can see here. Next one is Carl Faramond, Nero's familiar. Familiars in this universe can also turn into animals, so here you can see Carl's animal form, which is that of a 2 meters tall and extremely chill looking bear. Next one is Zafrane DeRay, and I have to admit, I had to resist the urge to draw him Francisca posing. And that, ladies and gentlemen, was an Ace Attorney reference. I did tell you that I love murder mysteries and video games. Anyway, I really enjoyed making up his design. I just have a lot of fun drawing permanently irritated characters for some reason. Next one is Folke DeRay, Zafrane's familiar, and a lot of people seem to misgender him, but he's actually a guy. I did give him some feminine features, I guess. He's very muscular but also pretty skinny and has these messy, long, brownish hair, which I'm really happy with. Now these are Hax and Spinoza. Hax, the one with green curly hair, is Morrigan's familiar, while Spinoza, the unfriendly looking one, is Reliquia's. But I still haven't really made an actual character sheet for them. This was the first drawing I ever made of them, and once again, I started from the color palette. I just wanted to make a green gremlin with black horns and a pink gremlin with ram horns that looked like he was constantly judging you. Of course, this doesn't mean they aren't already developed as characters, I just haven't had the need to experiment much with their designs. This here is a commission I made, this time of them giving each other a friendly hug. Spinoza did not enjoy posing for this. This one is a piece I made for a Draw This In Your Style I hosted on Instagram in December 2023. It took me so long to make this and the quality dropped drastically when I posted it, so I'm hopeful that it would look better here. If you like these two, I have actually published a short fully colored animatic of them, sharing some dark humor. Check that out as well on this channel if you're interested. This one is supposed to be a group pic of all the main characters of Quintessencia. I just want to show you the reference picture I used because this was also a study for me since I was trying to improve my backgrounds, and I think this turned out pretty good despite my hatred for perspective. I chose this reference because the rundown look of the building kind of reminded me of a place you could see in Selkuth, one of the villages of the complex. The last character I'm gonna show you is Clont. First of all, I just want to say that I now hate this line art. And I actually hate the line art of most of these drawings now. But I was too lazy to draw him again, so for now, this is what you get. Now, I don't want to say much about Clont, just that he loves taxidermy, probably a little too much. He's addicted to tea. And finally, he may or may not be an insane demonic scientist obsessed by humans. I actually have a few more sketches and drafts about other important characters, but for now I prefer to keep them secret until they're finished. So, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed, subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications. Don't forget to like and leave a comment. I would love to hear your thoughts on this video and I will check out every suggestion for future ones. Is there anything you would like me to talk about, like my art process, movies, or games? And would you be interested in gameplays on this channel? All feedbacks are very appreciated, I assure you. Finally, follow me on my other social media. You can find links in the description. For today, that is all from me. I hope you have a great week and I'll see you soon.